And I'm going to jump in. Sorry, Caitlin. This is Acacia
Yeah, go
McGuire
ahead.
Anderson with the Office of Developmental Disability Services. And I just wanted to take a second to just welcome you to our first of, I believe, 3 employment trainings. We're super excited to be here. As Caitlin mentioned, Nate Deeks is presenting, and he is our regional employment specialist in the Portland metro area. And Melanie Hartwig is here as well. She is our employment regional specialist in Southern Oregon. I'm very grateful to them for putting this presentation together. But I do just want to do a quick reminder. This is an Employment 101, so that's why we're doing it first. So we'll have a couple of places throughout this training for questions. As you think of questions or have questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. When we get to a question slide, we will take that opportunity to read those questions and go through them. And then some of the more advanced questions, I do recognize some names here, so this might be more basic of a training than you're used to, but some of the more advanced questions we will get to right at the end. I also just want to acknowledge that there's a lot of things going on in the world right now, so I really appreciate your participation in this. We will focus today's session on employment, but of course recognize that there's just a lot going on. So appreciate your time, excited to be here, and with that, Nate, Melanie, take it away.
Great, thank you so much. Yeah, that's I will definitely echo that. I do see some familiar names, and so this is going to be great. This is going to be really good. We're a big group, so some of this may be information that you've already seen before, but hopefully we've got something in the training that will be of use to everybody, whether it's the more foundational information that we're going to talk about or some of the resources, some of the contact information that we've got later on. And then we really do encourage people to ask questions. We've got some space to answer questions throughout, and then we will be available at the end. And then of course, we'll give you contact information for your regional employment specialists and other specialists in your area if you'd like to follow up on specific employment situations. So really quickly, let me get to our PowerPoint. There we are. Okay. So this is ODDS Employment Services 101. We're going to be talking a little bit about history. We're going to be talking about some of the philosophy behind employment services. We're going to be talking about some of the prevailing myths and how to kind of address some of those. Also, some of the services that ODDS provides and partners with others on around employment services. And then we've got some additional resources, case studies, videos, contact information that we'll get to at the end. So today, with this large of a group, please do put questions in the chat if you have them. Hopefully for everybody today, we'll come away with increased knowledge of some of these introductory concepts, some of the terminology, and definitely knowing what ODDS has available for funded services. Also, I think we're going to repeat quite a few times today that our employment services are designed to serve the individual, but it's all about communication. We're going to end up talking a lot about what constitutes an employment team, who you can reach out to for additional information and assistance, who may hold different information that can benefit the individual and where to get it. But those local resources and contacts are going to be super important. We won't dive into probably your region specifically today, but hopefully we can give you the framework that if we're not talking about it today, we will help you find where it is in your local community. Just really quickly, go over a little bit of history. This is not a complete list by any means. There was a lot of supported employment trailblazing happening in the 90s before brokerages and brokerage movement. Then throughout the 2000s, some of what are going to talk about today, mid 2000s, 2008. But really what we're going to talk about is the employment first as a term, and how that got started, with some of the terminology and history, and some of the direct concepts that we use today. At the top there, really quickly, our employment first policy is just that. Employment and individualized integrated employment is the first and best option for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. The framework for this concept came from a lot of different places, but it really started to get set through governor's executive orders in 2013 and 2015, and then continued with Lane versus Brown, which was a class action lawsuit centered around people being able to access some of those individualized integrated employment opportunities. I think there on the screen, when you see Lane versus Brown, a lot of it is attached to sheltered workshops, and that as a model, the timelines associated with that as a service, Oregon's history with that. That executive order in 2015, for us that work in Employment First, set up a lot of the terminology that we use, the vocabulary that we use, a lot of the timelines associated with slowly starting to shift models away from sheltered work, and eventually established a closure date of sheltered workshops, which happened, although there were some other things going on, September 1st of last year. And so for those of you that have been around for a little while and do remember sheltered work at this point and what it essentially was training services around specific employment tasks that were provided in an isolated workshop setting where people might perform certain tasks for piece rate. It was not an individualized in any sense or integrated into the community opportunity for people that were wanting to get out and find work at minimum wage or above. And so the wheels really started turning when the executive order came. Numbers of people that were to be moved into away from sheltered work rather, and some of those terms and timelines were set, and things really started moving from there. The Lane versus Brown settlement agreement announced in January 2016. Since then, we've been working on being in compliance with that settlement agreement, but also moving forward with all of the different employment services that we have. We're going to talk specifically about what's available in terms of funded service, but also just all of the good work and partnerships that have come out of the work that employment professionals and services have done since, especially since those 2015, 2016 dates. And then again, there at the bottom, sheltered workshop services ended in Oregon 9/1/2020. And so all of the other services that we have that we're going to talk about later are geared towards making sure that if people are wanting to work, that they are doing it with informed choice, and then being advised on all of the services that we've got to offer going into the community, working real jobs, real wages, and we'll talk a little bit about how that happens. Some of the documents associated with employment services, both internally and externally. So some of these are going to look, of course, really familiar to you. We've tried to not speak in acronyms as much as possible for those of you that are a little bit newer. But the ISP is our primary funding document, where we house a lot of the information that talks about the person's goals, their desired outcomes, what services they're going to use to meet those goals. And so in terms of employment, what you'll find, there are some other documents there that are kind of nested inside of the ISP as we think of it, that we'll talk a little bit more about. As you go through the ISP document, we start off with the one-page profile that you see there, third on the list. But towards the top of the ISP document is the career development plan, which really, for those of us that look at career development plans and use that to make sure that we're answering all those questions and really kind of making sure that people are understanding what employment supports are all about. It's part of the ISP and not at the same time. It's kind of a detachable part of the ISP that at this point, people from vocational rehabilitation, folks with ODE, Department of Education, transition teachers, the career development plan is something that people know now, that if you are looking for employment-related information in the individual's ISP, the career development plan is a great place to start. So again, for those of you that are more tenured SCs and PAs, again, this is pretty basic. This is the water that you swim in every day. But for those of you that are newer, the career development plan is composed of fillable fields, and it asks you to progress through to really start to dive into what does the person want to do, from how many hours a week do you want to work to are you open with vocational rehabilitation at this point? What sorts of barriers do you have towards progressing towards your chosen employment goals? Things of that sort, that are it's foundational information, but it's really, really important, and it's important to know how to use it as a tool. We do have an entire section on the career development plan in our ODDS supported employment webpage. I'll end up referencing that a few times on the way through the presentation. Specifically, the policy part of that webpage sounds a little bit dry, but if you open that up, it's organized by subject heading, and then it has everything that you would want to know in terms of what we've issued around a specific subject. So if you were to open that up and go to the career development plan section, you would see workers' guides, you would see transmittals, you would see different communication and trainings around the career development plan as a document and how to learn more about it. So we'll talk again at a pretty intro level about some of this today, but if you're wanting to learn more, just know that there are lots of resources out there, and there are lots of people that are available to help you learn as much as you want to about any of this stuff. One-page profile I talked a little bit about, heads up the ISP. And then the last one there, person-centered information. I know a bunch of the regional employment specialists in everybody's area have been doing quality assurance reviews lately. And I just have to say, for those of you that are more tenured SCs and PAs, there's some amazing work that goes into collecting information and making sure that people's voices really come through and what they want to do with their lives and what they want to do with their services. I think you can see on the screen that that document is separated out into important to and important for, in terms of people really saying what's important to me, specifically for this presentation in the employment and education section of that document, where people really get to talk about what they want to do. And then the important for, where other people that are important in the person's life get to talk a little bit more about what they think is important for the person around the services that they might receive or the goals that they'd like to pursue. So again, many of you really have these documents open every day, but the person-centered information is a really, really great place, especially in employment and education, to get to know the person and to really kind of hear their voice come through. In our quality assurance reviews, again, I think I've just seen some amazing work where it's obvious that all of you are spending a ton of time with the people that you're supporting, and their voices are really coming through in that. So pretty cool document to be able to kind of be a part of. Action plans, we get a ton of questions around these. I probably won't be diving into these too much, but action plans are relatively new on the scene. In an ISP, will have specific desired outcomes around employment, and so that's the goal. The action plan is developed by the provider, and it's essentially how the provider, with their specific set of skills and expertise, how they're going to help the person meet whatever their desired outcome is on the ISP. That can take a bunch of different forms, but essentially it answers that how question. The decision not to pursue employment goes along with the career development plan, and it's essentially kind of a fork in the road where you're choosing either career development plan or a decision not to pursue employment. A decision not to pursue employment, hopefully, probably should be pretty rare. A lot of what we do is really try to raise awareness around employment, the benefits of employment, specifically for people that have not always had access to equitable employment that's been individualized and integrated in the community. We're really trying to give as much informed choice as we can. Once we're giving that informed choice, we're finding that people really do want to be involved in their communities. Work is a huge part of that. And so the career development plan, even if somebody is interested in exploring employment, if there's something, a very kind of granular level of exploring employment, that should trigger the career development plan, that maybe there is just some sort of interest, maybe some sort of small step that somebody can take to learn a little bit more about what they would like to do in terms of work. That's enough for a career development plan to start kind of pulling on that thread. The decision not to pursue employment is often associated with somebody really has some very definite reason for not wanting to or not currently being able to work. We see people have different priorities. There are medical concerns. There are a fillable list of things that essentially the decision not to pursue employment must be backed up by that reasoning, by that presenting of that informed choice, and it leading to somebody saying, I really, really, really don't even at the smallest level want to pursue employment. Again, the form that's part of the ISP will kind of read that way and lead you through that. Also in the, I believe there's a link in the career development plan to the employment discussion guide. If you're a newer SC or PA, or if you've been around for a while, that employment discussion guide is great to look at and great to revisit, because it can really lead you through that conversation, give you some really good conversational starting points, talking points around how to present employment, how to ask some questions that are open enough to really kind of let somebody talk about what it is that they would like to do, what they'd like to get out of employment. So just a kind of a general plug for that. If you're going through the ISP, that employment discussion guide is a great thing to revisit periodically. For some of the partner agencies that we work with, vocational rehabilitation works off of an IPE that's their third on the list. That's essentially their plan for planning services. Not going to talk a ton about that just for today. It's good to know that it exists and that it contains a lot of the very detailed specialized short-term services that VR provides that hopefully after stabilization, DD will pick up and run with long-term. And then at the very bottom there, IEP for individuals receiving transition services through Department of Education. Also a great place that through transition, students may be working on vocational skills that after they are done with their transition program, will transfer to adult services. Those agencies, VR and Department of Education, pre-employment first, a lot of us have done the same work for forever and ever, but the idea of collaborating around employment first and all of the things that went into the governor's executive order required a different level of collaboration. And so the memorandum of understanding was one of the first kind of official ways that we started to really collaborate across agencies to kind of pull in the same direction. So agreeing upon a goal for competitively paid employment. Again, a lot of this was designed to get away from the sheltered workshop model towards individualized integrated employment. But it really represented that VR and IDD services and Department of Ed were really on the same page. That we wanted to create seamless, non-duplicative and transparent services working together. And so we did shoot a couple of transmittals. I know in my area, if there's anybody from the metro area, at all of our employment first meetings and a bunch of different meetings, it was always talking about the who pays for what when transmittals in 2015 and 2018. That I think I've pasted a ton of links to in a bunch of different meetings, but those are good to revisit to know that A lot of this has kind of been figured out in a way that it wasn't before, but it's also good to remember that these three agencies are committed to being on the same page, and really working together, even though we have different documentation, different funding sources, different rules. We're all kind of after the same thing under the Employment First umbrella. That idea of teams, it works on an agency level, but it also works as part of an employment team. You as service coordinators and personal agents, I think, are familiar with ISP teams, and it's a little bit different for everybody. The employment team is going to be similarly unique across different people. Up on the screen is just an example of somebody that might be in employment teams. Again, going to be different for everybody. Somebody that's in-home services obviously won't have the residential piece. The employment box there, I think, refers to employers and service agencies that may be providing services. But this is just to show that an employment team can involve a ton of different people. It really is primarily who the person is going to want at the table, but also, really who makes sense to be there for coordinating current services, but also projecting future services and what's going to happen. For those of you that have been part of IEP teams, that the role of planning and thinking years in advance is helpful, but it's also really going to be helpful in employment teams, because hopefully we're setting up something that's going to be lasting for a while. So a lot of our processes, we'll talk in just a little bit about the individual DD funded services that we fund and pay for, but very often people will receive funded service across different agencies, sometimes at the same time, which is okay. And we'll talk a little bit about why that happens and when that happens. So if you get nothing else from today, the role of collaboration, talking within the team, making sure that you're representing the people that we support, and then working even outside of IDD funded services to pursue those employment goals is going to be super important and a recurring theme. So the person obviously is driving what's going on in all of these team meetings, where there is support. Family, friends, and significant others, residential or foster care providers if applicable, and then SCs and PAs. There's just a bunch more information, resources, training out there, I think, around employment services than there used to be. I'll put a plug in really quickly for the employment services core comps in the Workday changeover. I know some of you have been part of iLearn trainings in the past. Switching over to Workday, if you are able to access Workday, if not, there's a helpful workers guide and transmittal and frequently asked questions out there. But recently we've had some of our employment first groups and just some various people go through and look at some of the trainings that are available in Workday. A lot of what's in there is going to expand on what we talk about today. So again, if you are newer and you'd like to learn more about anything about employment services, or if you've been around for a while, I think we're working on a collaborative training right now. And so all of the people that are working on it went back and took the collaborative training with VRDD and Department of Ed. And it's really, really well put together in being an online interactive training. So that's just a plug for that a little bit. VRCs are definitely part of the employment team. They provide short-term, but very professional and focused services. They are employment counselors that counsel people on the options that are available to them and the very specific VR services that are available. VR can pay for things that DD cannot pay for. And so learning a little bit about VR, learning about VR counselors, and really having them as an important member of the team is obviously very important to get their perspective. The employment provider, I don't think we have any providers in the audience today, but I know that a lot of SCs and PAs have worked for employment providers in the past. Employment providers are super, super important part of the team. They are going to be the people that are doing the coaching, doing the job development, doing the discovery profiles. And so having them and really hearing what they're seeing, giving them benefit of your expertise and the information that you may have is invaluable to an employment team. And then if applicable, teachers and transition specialists are also a super, super important part of the team. Okay, so we are going to talk about specific DD-funded employment services in a bit. I will end up referencing in some of these slides language that's pulled from our expenditure guidelines. For those of you that don't know what expenditure guidelines are, there's a link there. It's also, again, our supported employment page. The expenditure guidelines are available throughout. Expenditure guidelines have rates, service definitions, links to Oregon administrative rules. They really are the kind of the menu or the cookbook. I'm not sure what analogy, but you know, it's a lengthy document that really talks about what's available to be written into an ISP in terms of funded services. And so if you're familiar, you are well acquainted with it. There was a new version of it that was just released to update rates. But for those of you that aren't, the second bullet point there, really knowing what's available, knowing what's allowable within those services is really, really important to just kind of have in your back pocket for planning meetings with those employment teams, ISP in general, to be able to know, you know, really, for example, the different levels of job coaching, what's going to be applicable, what's going to be, what's going to meet the person's need. You know, when the person is talking about what they'd like to do, does that sound more like employment path? Does it sound more like small group? Does it sound more like a VR referral that's going to lead eventually to job coaching, maybe discovery profile? Knowing beforehand and being able to kind of have all of these a little bit more detailed information in the back of your mind from these expenditure guidelines is just a really helpful thing. Again, whether you're a newer SC or PA, whether you've been around for a while, it's good to know this and or revisit it if you haven't been in there in a while. I'll really for some of our regional folks, we do a lot of training and technical assistance, but within that, a lot of what we do is myth busting and kind of counteracting some of the very real things that people experience and think out there, but may not be completely in line with what's going on with Employment First or some of the services that we offer. So just really quickly, before we look at the individualized services, here are some of the things that we hear a lot about employment without people maybe having the whole story about what's going on with employment services. So everyone is on their own employment journey. Employment services, as we offer them, are very individualized. Even the services that are offered in groups, like Employment Path, like small group, still have that individual at the core. They really are designed to allow people to pursue their individualized employment goals. And so services are going to look different. Even though we've got a short list of services, everybody is going to experience them differently. They can be different from person to person. A discovery profile, for those of you that have seen many of them, are never exactly the same twice. It's going to be very individualized. Services often coexist at the same time. I think the next couple of bullet points, for those of you that may be newer, it might be tempting to kind of look at these as first this service and then this service and then this one. Doesn't necessarily have to happen that way. They can really complement each other. They can happen at the same time. Somebody theoretically could be receiving all of our employment services at the same time. That would be difficult, but oftentimes they're designed to respond to specific needs and goals. And so when you're looking through these services, I would say they don't have to happen in a certain order, which is the next one, but they don't have to happen one at a time either. Oftentimes they can happen in a certain order. for the example here, Discovery, the Discovery profile being generated through Discovery can really assist a job developer. It can really make the service of job development through VR a much more streamlined, rewarding, focused process. But it's not something where Discovery is a prerequisite for job development happening. It's not something where it has to happen. It may be presented through the team that individual, this is what Discovery is. This is why it would be a really, really good idea to have it before we go to VR. But it ultimately, like any other service, is the person's choice if they want to receive it or not. It's up to us to really kind of provide that that informed choice and the information necessary for the person to make their own decision. One service doesn't have to happen for another to happen. So I think, you know, one of the major things that we heard, especially towards the end of sheltered work, was that, you know, somebody will be ready to work when, you know, when their productivity exceeds this percentage, or when they're able to assemble this number of boxes per hour. Our funded employment services are not tests that people have to pass before they can progress to the next service. It's a planning process. We're going to gather information around what the person wants to do and figure out which of these services, funded or natural supports, or if there are other services outside of employment that are going to help support them, what is it that the person is wanting to do, and then we're bringing our tools to the table to figure out which is the right tool that the person wants to use to help them pursue their employment goals. So it's, again, when we're looking at these services, don't have to happen one at a time, don't have to happen sequentially, because that doesn't necessarily exist, and then not necessarily test to pass. And then the last one there, I think, is maybe the biggest myth, or the biggest barrier that we encounter with some of the general public, or maybe people that have received a variety of employment supports over the years, is that everyone, absolutely everyone, can work with the right supports. The right supports are key, and finding the right supports, that's the trick. But absolutely everyone that wants to work can work with the right supports. And so we've got a ton of success stories. We've got a ton of information that we've generated that really helps support that point and helps to give good examples, whether it's for you to kind of build your own library and of knowledge and kind of experiences through the work that you do, or to be able to pass along to family members or friends or employers, potential employers, providers. It really is the mission of Employment First that everyone can work with the right supports. If you're running into resistance with that, we'll talk about some more of the resources and some more of the people that that are available to help later on. So with all of that, let me just pause for a second. I'm not able to see the chat right now, but I'll just give a really quick rundown. There are 6 regional employment specialists statewide. I work in the metro area, so Multnomah, Washington, and up towards the coast, Clatsop and Columbia counties. Melanie works in Southern Oregon. There are 6 of us that everybody that's on the call today, if you don't know it, you have a regional employment specialist in your area that essentially is training and technical assistance, but also just works in the areas that you and the people that you support live in. And so hopefully we are up to date on what's going on in our local regions and are able to provide some of that direct support in a way that wasn't, again, maybe directly available through the state of Oregon before a lot of Employment First. We collaborate across agencies. We have counterparts on the Department of Education side called Transition Network Facilitators that do a lot of the same work that we do, except they have a foot on the base of education rather than long-term IDD services. And so all of this is to say that if you do have questions, if you're running into roadblocks, if you have questions about other agencies, or how do I kind of make it all fit, how do I piece all the pieces together, there are networks of people that are out there available to help you answer all of your questions. We'll have everybody's regional employment specialist contact at the end. But with that being said, anything that you want to know about employment supports or anything that we can answer for you today, again, hopefully trying to keep it to maybe some more of the introductory questions for those of you that maybe haven't been around for a long time. We'll give a little bit of space for questions right now.
So no questions in the chat, Nate. Caitlin did clarify that slides will be emailed out, which is fabulous. And Christina Hartman put a live link in the chat to the expenditure guidelines. And I just got a question. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Would you be addressing how pre-employment transition services or pre-ed services get connected? How do we work with our clients to help young adults 16 plus who want to gain part-time employment? How can the system be expedited to allow for summer work? So lots of transition and youth questions.
Yes, great. I don't know that we've got a ton of information on pre-eds in here. Pre-eds is another thing where we've got, there's a statewide network of pre-eds coordinators that work closely with and often overlap with the transition network facilitators. I'm trying to think of where the best place for pre-eds. The Oregon YTP site, I don't know if that website is maintained the way that it used to be, but there's a ton of information on there. We probably won't talk a lot about pre-eds today, just because that's something that's kind of next level and not necessarily an IDD funded service, but pre-eds, half VR, half Department of Ed funded services available to support the individual in the services that they receive as part of their transition programs, geared towards future employment. I know up here, Tony DePeel is our pre-eds person, Jody Johnson, and they are able to answer almost, I mean, they would be able to answer anything that you have in terms of specific questions around that. But as a concept, I don't think we're going to cover a ton today. SummerWorks is another great question. That's an intern program that I know is going on up in the Portland area. That is fantastic. It's been impacted by COVID, like almost everything else. It does get a little bit strange in some of the guidance that we give for that. So if anybody has any SummerWorks questions, I would be happy to connect with you offline, but probably again, in a 101, we're not going to talk a bunch about SummerWorks today.
Okay, and I put a couple of links in the chat. A lot of these services are VR services, as Nate is talking about, or IDEA services, because for transition, that's the primary place where they're going to get kind of those employment path type services. So another question, Nate, is I've had quite a few clients receiving employment support through mental health and their DD providers wanting to take over job coaching. And I have a really hard time navigating that transition. So I think there might be a question about how to best navigate that.
Yeah, that's a great question. You know, I didn't, thank you for bringing that up, because I don't think in the employment team section, I mentioned at all mental health, which is oftentimes a partnership that's crucial to finding and maintaining employment supports. And so I don't know that there's a really quick answer to that. I think that it gets really specialized really quickly. I think that long-term, of course, we are able to pay for job coaching supports in the amount that the person needs, funded by their IDD plan. So it is an option. If you haven't been part of those meetings, it would be a great idea to get everybody around the table virtually to be able to discuss what's being provided right now. I know a lot, at least in our area, in the metro area, a lot of providers will have experience working with mental health and DD. Oftentimes providers can be providers of both types of service. So it's possible to switch it over, but it would be really worth getting the whole team together to discuss why the change would be occurring, and how to do it as seamlessly as possible. Having everybody at the table. Again, I think that communication across agencies, especially important with mental health and DD, just because we speak different dialects, at least different languages, definitely different funding languages and regulatory stuff.
Thank you, Nate. And I'll just note in the chat, there are some other resources being given. We are working on a collaborative training that I think Erica and Melanie are pointing to, where we will get more into pre-employment transition services and how we braid and blend services. So that is coming up. Nate, another question. I have been told by Voc Rehab that the client has to be job ready. Is that a policy at VR ODDS? Employment path opportunities have been extremely limited in my region.
Yeah, job ready is not a term that we use. I think we're really trying to find out what the person is wanting to do, and then support them with the services that we've got available. Employment path is a difficult service. It's a difficult service to provide. It's individualized services that occur in a group setting usually, especially, COVID has impacted the availability of that. And it's difficult for providers to really have that service and maintain it, and provide that individualized service. But it's a great service for people, and we're going to talk a little bit about employment path for those of you that don't know what it is, to provide those training around some of those softer skills, or some of those broadly applicable skills towards whatever the person is wanting to do. Employment path, if it's not available, reaching out and seeing what else VR does have available. Are there perhaps non-employment related attendant care or other skills that the person is wanting to build that might be a good starting point? Are there other employment supports that might be applicable as well? Is the person wanting to do small group? Is there something where there can be some additional supports and planning done by the team to address whatever it is that's being meant by job ready? Just because that's kind of a loaded and nebulous term. I think, again, not that this is what's happening, but going back to supported employment, sheltered workshops, we saw a ton of instances where people were just not at all doing what they wanted to do, or they were doing something that wasn't matching up with their skills and ability, to the point where they would have been fantastic and fantastically happy doing something else. But in their current situation, they would have never been, and I'm putting this in heavy quotes, job ready, just because it wasn't any type of good fit. And so it may be something where the team is needing to get together and figure out what's meant by job ready. Can we kind of unpack that term a little bit and find out actually what it means to everybody? And are there ways to kind of plan to provide some extra supports, to do some more education, to do some more informing on choices of services and what's available, and then kind of moving from there, rather than kind of magically waiting for somebody to be job ready. Quotes again.
Alrighty. Thank you, Nate. There was one other kind of administrative question I answered in the chat, just so everybody's aware in case you can't see the chat. With decisions not to explore employment, we do have those submitted directly to ODDS. They don't actually go to our regional team, but because of Lane v. Brown, we ask for those to come in. We do ask for the ISP, including the one-page profile and PCI, and we need all of those to be able to look at the decision not to explore. So it can all come as part of the ISP, or you can send them separately, but technically a career development plan, including a decision not to explore, includes the one-page profile and PCI. And I think that is the end of the questions we've got in chat for now.
Great. Okay, we are going to talk a little bit about specific employment services, but if you do have additional questions about anything that came before, any of this, or anything else in general, please do keep them in mind, put them in the chat, and we'll have other questions breaks available throughout. Okay, so let's talk specifically about the employment services that are available. I just wanted to put a quick disclaimer in here that all of the employment services are waiver services. So if you're looking in the expenditure guidelines, if you're looking in an ISP and looking for where all of them are defined and located, all employment services are waiver services. The second part of it is that they're not tied to ONA, ANA, CNA assessments. Will, again, for those of you that may be newer, generate hourly amounts, and services will be tied to the results of those assessments. Employment services and waiver services aren't necessarily that way. I will just leave it there. So waiver services, that's where to find them in some of our different documents, and just wanted to make quick mention of that. So then bullet pointed there, employment path, benefits counseling is classified as an employment path service, but we're going to split that out and talk about it a little bit, specifically how it's available through DD services and then where else it might be available, why it's important. Small group employment as a service, discovery as a service, and lastly, job coaching. Again, those all of these are listed in the expenditure guidelines. If you're looking for the kind of dictionary definition of them, again, with rates, links to Oregon Administrative Rule, all of that is in the expenditure guidelines. So throughout, I'm going to use some of the language that's from there, but it can be a little bit dry to read through, and so hopefully we're going to give some real world examples later on. So employment path. The goal of employment path and all of our employment services is directed towards eventually progressing towards individualized integrated employment, which means person has their own job in the community at or above minimum wage, integrated among working with and without people with developmental disabilities. So employment path is designed to really skill build around some of the softer skills or non-position specific skills that are going to benefit people when they're out there working. So employment path skills might be somebody is really wanting to work. They get a job, or they are presented with the option of a job, but one of the things that has historically prevented them from keeping a job is that they're not able to manage their schedule enough to be able to show up on time, or they really have an issue with returning from breaks on time to the point where they will just lose track of time and forget to come back from breaks, which has negatively impacted their ability to keep a job. And so there may be something that an employment path provider could structure that would be focused on time management, or building in some sort of cues through smartphone or something of that sort. I'm using just kind of a lot of vague examples because employment path varies a lot. It's something that really is an individual goal that somebody wants to get out of the service. More often than not, though, it's provided in a group. Where somebody, a provider agency may offer an opportunity to go and, again, using some examples from thin air, but may have the option to go and volunteer as part of a group somewhere. And within that volunteer opportunity, we'll pursue those individual skill building goals. And then the employment provider will track and update back on those employment path goals. Employment path services, again, are typically delivered in a group or a class format. We haven't talked a ton about COVID and COVID era services, but employment path, I think for those of you that have been receiving updates and transmittals, employment path has been something that has been a little flexible over COVID. And so we've seen a lot of very creative uses of employment path in virtual settings over COVID, one-to-one. We've seen some different things that even though people haven't been able to get together specifically in groups, in person, out in their communities, doing things in unfamiliar situations because of COVID, that ability to still pursue goals, to still kind of build some of those soft skills with the ultimate goal of during COVID or post-COVID, finding and maintaining long-term employment with some of those skills being put to play is a great use of time at this point. I'll go back to the question that got asked earlier. It is, I think, in a lot of our employment services, we've got questions about capacity. Who's out there right now that's providing the service? Who is planning to offer it in the future? Employment path is one of those things that's so valuable and can be such a life-changing service to really kind of get people set up for the most success possible in future employment opportunities. But it can be difficult to have providers have space, to have providers in your region that provide it. Oftentimes when people are looking for those types of services or looking to really kind of cultivate some of those resources, I know in our area, even in the Portland metro area, it's difficult to find the right employment path service or to find a lot of providers that are providing it. Your local employment first group, every county, every region statewide has access to some sort of employment first group, which is a group that comes together, built of all of the team members that we were talking about before, to really talk about employment first issues, to share resources, to share stories and things of that sort. Oftentimes, again, just talking about our region, in those employment first groups, that can be a great place to come together and say, we, in our brokerage or in our CDDP, we're seeing that we have a ton of people that would really like to receive employment path services, but we don't know who currently is providing it. Is there somebody new that's providing it? Has somebody stopped providing it? Can we suggest to providers that they provide it? Those employment first groups are a great place to go to find out what's happening, to be able to suggest things, to be able to share success stories, to be able to brainstorm things. And so, again, just kind of a delayed follow-up to that question, but if you haven't been to or checked with your employment first group, that happens probably on a monthly or quarterly basis in your area, talking with your regional employment specialist and or visiting one of those groups might be a great way to go. So again, employment path services are training on general or non-job task specific skills that are going eventually someday to be used in an individualized integrated job, services to improve an individual's employability in the general workforce. Time limited service. I know that this is something that we get a ton of questions about. We can tell you that it's time limited, but we can't tell you what the time limit is because it's individualized. The individual goal of the person is going to determine what the time limit is for employment path. But going back to sheltered work, it can't be something where it's forever, where it's renewed year after year after year, and 25 years down the road, somebody is found to be working still on the same training or skill building exercise without any sort of monitoring, revisiting the goal for appropriateness, progress towards the goal, what the application of the goal is going to be. So that's kind of the rationale behind time limited. It needs to be a set time limit around the very individualized goal and then revisited to see if somebody was able to progress towards that goal. Did they meet the goal? Fantastic. Did they not meet the goal? Also fantastic. What did we learn along the way to be able to revise the goal, to make it a next step, to be able to really kind of build on some of the parts of the goal that maybe could be shored up a little bit. Does the individual feel like they've succeeded in meeting the goal? How can we kind of revisit it and make a new time limited goal to ensure that things are kind of moving forward and that skill building is actually happening with the path towards individualized integrated employment kind of always in the background there. Benefits counseling, the last one there, is an employment path service. It's something that the understanding of benefits and being able to manage those independently, semi-independently with support is something that is going to help the individual progress towards long-term individualized integrated employment. And so employment path contains benefits counseling now. I will just talk about it briefly. In a couple of slides, there are some links within the expenditure guidelines, but also some of the additional information that we've prepared in terms of frequently asked questions. There are some videos around SSI and SSDI. It gets really complex for everybody really quickly. We hear it a lot that people are afraid to get started with any employment services because they don't know how it's going to affect their benefits, and they really need to maintain, of course, their medical coverage and eligibility and things of that sort. So benefits counseling can be a barrier that some people aren't wanting to kind of address or break through, or however you'd like to say it, but it's something that, in terms of just the very first step in getting started with being open to looking at employment supports, is super, super important. So it is a waiver service. It is an employment path service that's in our expenditure guidelines that you can look at to really get a good handle on what's going on with how it's defined. There are two levels. Level one is the very introductory, yes, you can work. Yes, this is what benefits are. Very without knowing a ton about the individual or their situation or what they're wanting to do. Level one is able to provide some of that very basic information that it's going to get somebody started or get them pointed in the right direction so that they are able to take some of those steps to just get going. You can see there on the screen questions about the impact of working on benefits. They don't, people may not want to work. Their supports may not want them to work because they're afraid of these two, of working and benefits not being able to coexist. Benefits counseling and securing that either through DD funded service or through WIN, which we'll talk about in a little bit, it can be super important. Level two takes into account more of the individualized and specialized. It's a deeper dive into benefits counseling. The second bullet point there, the Work Incentives Network has traditionally been available through vocational rehabilitation because of need and because of prioritizing a very limited resource. It's only been open to people after they are starting work and are needing that very detailed follow-up benefits counseling. So those are the two levels that are available. Again, I would go to pages 73 and 74 of the expenditure guidelines here to get more information. There are also a few links here. I think this presentation will be available to everybody to have and click through on the links, but if not, just looking at this again, I think generally on our employment first, supported employment page, the policy part is where I spend a lot of my time, but it's a good place to go for this subject specific headings. So if you go to that page and you scroll down, you'll find a lot of this information contained there. Okay, small group employment. Some of you may have heard of this as referred to as enclave or crew work. Similarly, the goal of this is also individualized integrated employment, like all of our other employment services, which may seem a little counterintuitive because this is work in the community at or above minimum wage, but it's not individualized and integrated, so it won't end up meeting a lot of the qualifications for working with VR. Small group can be just the right service for somebody to address what they're wanting to do with work at the moment. But as an SC or PA, it's something where still that futures planning, what is it, is this exactly what you're wanting to do? Would it be possible to do this in an individualized integrated setting? Would you like to earn more money doing this than minimum wage? Those sorts of questions should still be being asked, even if the person is participating in enclave or crew work. I think a lot of times, again, for those of you that have seen this bunch, traditional crews are maybe janitorial, maybe landscape crews, maybe different types of crews like that that are smaller groups of 2 to 8 individuals. That's kind of small group in a nutshell there. Discovery. Discovery is a service that is undergoing some changes right now. We've got some new requirements coming up as of 9/1. We had a transmittal that came out a little bit ago that outlines some of those changes, but again, on our supported employment page, there's just a ton of updates around what's going on with Discovery. Discovery is a time-limited service where a provider will assist somebody that knows that they want to work, but they don't know exactly what they want to do, get out there and just be exposed to some different unfamiliar activities designed and set up beforehand to really find out what the person is good at, where do they shine, and what is it that appeals to them about working, where are they going to be most successful, how do we kind of introduce somebody to some different scenarios and concepts in the world of work that are going to result in the generation of a discovery profile. It's a portfolio that will come out at the end of it that ultimately is designed to go with the person and assist in what comes next. Frequently, that's job development through vocational rehabilitation, where the discovery profile can be used to inform that process to really make that a more streamlined, accurate process to really kind of get at what the person's wanting to do. I'll leave it there. Job coaching. Job coaching is another one of our employment services that is used really frequently. It can look very, very different across different people and how it's provided. But similarly, it's the goal of job coaching is individualized integrated employment for somebody to really be as independent as possible in their chosen employment. So there are different levels of job coaching. I won't go into detail into those because they are in the expenditure guidelines, but initial, ongoing, and maintenance supports are different levels or intensity of job coaching, where there are different requirements, but it's designed to really be responsive to what the person is needing to meet the requirements of the job and to be successful as independently as possible. There are some additional points there below. The very last bullet point talks about personal care or attendant care, extra support due to developmental disability being a component part of job coaching. So job coaches are also going to be potentially providing attendant care that comes up and is necessary as part of the job coaching service that's offered as an IDD funded service. I will break there for a second. That's a lot of information about services, especially for you that haven't maybe seen those before. Do we have any questions? Any new questions in the chat?
We do. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. What are the resources for employment providers to learn how to do benefits counseling and certify staff to do benefits counseling?
Yeah, good question. So we have a provider page on our the supported employment page. Our ODDS supported employment page has a page specifically for providers, and there's a ton of links and a ton of info on that specific provider page. that should get somebody started, anywhere from starting a provider agency to resources for your staff, to specific certification requirements for specific services like discovery, for example, or like benefits counseling. Some of those links beforehand will also be helpful to get you kind of up to date on what benefits counseling is and what it involves, so that you can be a benefit to those provider agencies as well.
Alrighty. And I put a couple of links in the chat. Another question. Employment Path is a time-limited service. Is it appropriate to only revisit during ISP renewal? I've typically seen Employment Path service agreements written to align with the entire plan year.
Yeah, I think, it's appropriate to revisit it as often as it changes. I know that a lot of our services kind of naturally have that rhythm of going from ISP renewal to ISP renewal. I would think that Employment Path would change when it changes. It's something that I think is a little bit more goal driven rather than calendar driven. And so I think it makes sense to revisit it as often as it's appropriate. I know that can be difficult to track. I know that well-written goals often result in more PA and SC administrative following and monitoring and things of that sort, but Employment Path really is designed to be a skill building service. And it's rare that somebody's skill building works on an ISP calendar. So I would say more frequently probably than every year, but entirely possible that it's something where it's a long enough term goal that it makes sense to renew it annually. I think I would just caution to be responsive to the person and their goal, rather than just kind of only thinking that you have to look at it or talk about it once a year.
All right, thank you, Nate. Those are the only questions I see in the chat at this point.
Okay. Okay, I don't know if we have time built in for a break or not, but we put the slide in here just in case people need to get up and kind of march around for a little bit or whatever it is. We were also going to use this time to kind of collect or give people maybe that haven't had a chance to type some of their thoughts and questions into the chat. Time to do that, time to maybe look at some of the resources that we presented, and just generally time to take a little break, because I know that PowerPoints and presentation and just kind of sitting there can be a little bit samey sometimes. So can we say, let's see, what is it, 2:12 right now? Say
Yeah,
about 10.
We only have until 2:30.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let's maybe take, if you need a break, go ahead and leave your sound on and take it, but I'm going to hand off to Melanie to do some of the rest of the presentation.
Okay, if people are on break, I'm going to begin to share my screen and jump into the part of the presentation that we developed so that we could give you some examples of collaboration, teamwork, how employment supports work in different situations. And we have examples of situations where people jobs were affected by COVID. We have examples of situations where students received employment supports, and we have examples of people who were in sheltered workshop who are now receiving employment supports for competitive integrated employment. And I'm going to start with a video, and it is around transition age students. And I want you to know that it took a lot of different people working on this project that this employment success story is about. It took service coordinators and personal agents. It took vocational rehabilitation counselors. It took job developers, job coaches, people providing ADLs, IADLs, and it wouldn't have come together without everyone working together. So I'm going to share my screen and share a video with you. Sorry, I'm having some technical difficulty.
Well, Melanie does that. There is a question in the chat. Melanie, you focus there. I will do my best to answer the question. One of the questions is about service age requirements. And we do have a transmittal, I'll put in the link, about when services can start. For instance, employment path is typically a school type service until somebody graduates. So usually if they have a modified diploma, that would be at about 21 or 22 when they could access employment path. Versus other services like job coaching, as long as somebody's legally able to work and they're in competitive integrated employment, we can do that at age 16, 17, 18. Discovery we can do at 16, 17, 18. Usually we do an exception for that, but they just need to be wanting to go to work and actively seeking a job. Small group is available, 18 and older, but typically somebody will be out of high school. So I'll put the link in there so that you've got that. All right, Melanie, are you ready?
Yes, can you see my screen?
Yes.
I can.
It's a performing arts organization or club that pairs teens or kids who experience disabilities with teams that are mentoring them to support them to be able to do performing arts activities in whatever their abilities.
Right. And they had this at Ashland High School?
They've had it at Ashland High School for now. This is the 4th year.
A dream I had since I was like 7. In preschool, where Miss Russell asked us a question about what we're gonna be when we grow up. Me, I told her I want to be an actress. I got involved with hairspray when first I was in Project Up Club. And I was dancing. And when Chris Moore saw me dancing, he, well, fell in love with my dancing. And, well, and so was me to be in Hairspray.
Was in the Little Mermaid. Peter Pan. Peter Pan. How to say him? Phantom Toll.
I got involved with Hairspray through the director Chris Moore. He asked me if I would be interested in a part in Hairspray. I said, of course I would love to.
My buddy.
Your buddies.
Luke's been very blessed with quite a few miracles in his life, but this is probably one of the most unbelievable of the miracles. You know, we never thought this was something he could even dream about. And, you know, I can speak personally, but my sense is that it's been very healing for each of the families.
I think that it's so important for actors with all kinds of disabilities to be on the stage because bringing everybody to the theater. And I think that, first of all, not only the other people that have disabilities that might come be in the audience and then relate to the storylines or imagine themselves as actors or anything like that, but also family members. I believe there's people that have come to see each of these actors that are in this room that might not have seen a play otherwise in a professional theater and loved it and might be back. And I think that storytelling matters to everybody, and that's what theater is. And I think that it's a social, communal, human endeavor that belongs to everybody.
Because she's had this dream, we've tried to find ways for it to happen, but not really realizing, and that shows maybe that I put some limitations there, but not really realizing that this could be, I know there's people with disabilities out there that are either in a movie or this or that or the other, but how many? And then, how are we going to connect to that rare chance? So it has just touched us so deep in the core of, it's hard to even put it in words.
And I do think that it's really impressive when people are like, oh, you're doing a play. And they think that it's like, oh, are you, walk on and walk off or something like that. It's like, no, I have a character. My character has a name. My character does more than one thing. And then people are always amazed, like, you get paid to do that? Yes. Yeah, it's an
I was going to stop it there because I realize we're running out of time. I want to share my screen as far as continuing the PowerPoint so we can go over just a few more success stories and information about collaboration. Let's see. Nate, can you pull up the PowerPoint for me, please?
You bet.
And we'll go ahead. Yeah, and so you can watch the rest of this video. There's a link on the PowerPoint. And can we go ahead and go forward? The next slide, Nate. And so these are on the slide, so I'm not going to go over them since we're running out of time. I want to go over some of the resources. Go ahead and go to the next slide, Nate. Again, this is an example of employment supports in practice during the COVID era, and we also have some scenarios that people have gone through and help people continue their employment. And we also have examples of people who were in sheltered workshops that are working now. And you can access these with the links. Just click on them in the PowerPoint that you'll receive later today. I think we're running out of time. I want to go through. The slides are going to be emailed out to everyone this afternoon. So these are some of the resources that we just quickly want to go over because we want to have some time for questions. General information, links to DD services, more information about the Employment First initiative that Nate talked about. For information about DD funded employment services, including policies and procedures. We have a link there, and we also have a link for more information on VR services. Also, we have a lot of podcasts around employment, and there's a link here to access those. And when you're working with people and providing informed consent and giving them information about employment supports, these employment videos that we have a link to here are very helpful. And they walk you through each employment service. This is another resource that's extremely helpful when you're working with families. It's the Road to Work. It's interactive. And when a person goes through this, uses this tool, they end up with a map at the end, and they can go back and do it if they have changes. Podcasts also count for continuing education. So this is a really good resource if you're trying to explain employment supports to somebody, and if their family is curious about how to connect with DD services, how to connect with VR, it walks you through all those steps and gives you that contact information. So it's a wonderful tool. And next. So we've switched from iLearn to Workday, and this is information about Workday. Nate talked about it earlier. So basically, these links will help you register for Workday if you haven't, and also help you link to these trainings, the collaboration, coordination, and communication training, and VR, SCPA, employment expectation conversations, and informed choice trainings. And so, like Nate said, there's 6 of us, and you can contact your regional employment specialist in your area. And Acacia just also put the Road to Work link in the chat for people. I think it's an updated Road to Work. And the regional employment specialist can also link you to the transition network facilitators, vocational rehabilitation counselors, and PREETs. And this is just our contact information, and also the employment, supported employment website, and the Employment First website. So I know we're just about out of time. Any other questions that have come up, Acacia?
Melanie, I got a couple of them covered in the chat. I did provide links to our job coaching worker guide and training, which we are updating, but not to change information, just to modernize. And we did have one person talk about somebody working as young as 14, which is super exciting. So I think just given the time, Melanie, we're good. But if folks have questions, I would strongly encourage you to reach out to Melanie or to Nate. I don't know if you could both put your email in the chat. That would be super helpful. And I just put the link to the contact for your regional employment specialist. If you have questions, as Melanie said, related to employment, they can help connect with vocational rehabilitation. They can help you connect with transition programs, and they can answer those questions. So that information will be available in the PowerPoint that you'll get. It's also available in the chat. And thank you, Nate and Melanie, for putting together this presentation and training today.
Tisha, I have one more thing I'd like to say if possible.
Sure.
Thursday, September 9th, Brad Collins, Micah Cisco, and Penny Hartley will be presenting employment collaboration with BRDD Crosswalk. Really good information there for you. And Thursday, September 16th, Teresa Knowles, Angie Temple, and Erica Drake will be presenting ODDS job coaching, the role of the service coordinator or personal agent.
Thank you so much, Melanie and Nate, and thank you, Acacia, as well, and everyone that has given us their time today. We really appreciate it, and I'll be emailing out shortly the PDF of these slides, a link to a short survey, and I will copy Melanie and Nate on that email so you have that handy as well in case you have other questions about today's presentation. Thank you all so much.
Thank you so much, everybody.